Hello, welcome to crazyRov Studio, and in today's video we will be looking at upgrading your NetWorker environment to 19.3, and we will be also looking at the enhancements that 19.3 has brought. So we are going to upgrade the NetWorker from the version 19.2 that we currently have. Not a great jump, but feature-wise there are a lot of differences. So in the current NSR watch output, you would see that we are currently on 19201 build 117, and we will be going ahead and upgrading this environment to 19.2. So my installation file is here. Let's go ahead and untar this file, and you will see all the installation files that come with the 19301 package. Right, so to know which packages need to be upgraded, let's see what we have installed on this server. And for that, let's run the command rpm-qa and grep for lgto. And we'll see that we have the extended client, the NMC, the server, auth node, NMUI server, client, and man pages. All right, let's go into the folder where the installation packages are and upgrade using the command rpm-u vh, U for upgrade, V for verbose, and H to add the hash. And let's see what files we need to upgrade. We need the server, we need the NMC, we need the extended client package, we need the auth, we will need the storage node. Then it's Debian that we do not need. We do not need the LGTI and UI. We need the client. And then the man pages as well as the NWUI server. So let's go ahead and hit enter to start the installation. So the installation has begun. The client package is installed. The NMC package is installed. Extended client package, storage node. The auth package is getting installed now. And then we have the NetWorker server package getting installed. So you would see that now we have the NMUI server, the man pages, NMUI, and all other supporting packages installed. Now, compared to the earlier upgrade process, there is a huge difference or enhancement in terms of the reconfiguration of auth and NWUI server as well as the NMC service. So if we scroll back up, we will see that the installation is completed successfully. You'll see the note down here telling that the NMC existing configuration is retained, and in case we want to change anything, only then we need to run the NMC config again. And this is the current configuration of the NMC. So if you want to change anything in this, you can well go ahead and run the NMC underscore config. The same holds good for auth as well. So again, if you want to change any configuration in the auth, then you can go ahead and run the auth configure script. Here are the current details that are currently configured for auth, and then you also have the uh, NWUI server. So if you again want to reconfigure anything that is related to NWUI, you can go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and start the service now with service network start. And once this is done, we will also try and start the GST service. So starting the GST service now. All right, let's go ahead and run an SR watch to see our upgraded version. Okay, I think the networker server is still not initialized. Maybe we can go and check the logs and see if everything is up. So yeah, it is, I think, almost done. Yeah, it is. Yep, go ahead. So it is already started the SNMD. That means that I think it is already up. So let's go ahead and run the NSR watch again. And there you have it. We are on 19301 build 51. So this is how you go about upgrading NetWorker from any version earlier to 19.3 to 19.301. So along with this, there are a lot of enhancements that have been done on the NMUI console. So let's take a look at the NMUI console. I'll also be talking about all the enhancements that are 19.301 has brought to the table. So just before that, let's go ahead and check this out. So this NMUI is a secure channel, so you have to use HTTPS IP address, port 9090, and the path is NWUI. So let's put in the credentials. So you use the same administrator credentials that you have set on the auth. So administrator and the password, and hit login. And here is the monitoring tab wherein all the current jobs would be showing up. Then you have the protection as same as the protection that you have on the NMC. Here you have the clients. So these are the clients configured. Then we have the protection group, all the protection groups that we have. You have the policies and the rules. I think we have already seen rules in another video. Then there is the schedule resource that we spoke about as well. The probe resource used for probe-based backup. The vCenters that we want, so you can go ahead and select the vCenter to see what objects are under that particular vCenter. Just wait for a while when that refreshes. On the server, we have directives, time policies, and RDZ. So these are the objects under the vCenter. It is similar to how we can see the objects in the NMC as well. So these are the VMs, and you could also see the hard disks that are attached to each one of those VMs. So this is about the upgradation, and just a quick introduction to the NMUI. So NMUI is still evolving, so there are not yet all the features that are available on NMUI. Now that we have completed the upgrade and have taken a look at the new and improved NWUI, let's take a look at the enhancements that 19.3 has brought to the table. First is recovery using NetWorker Web UI. So the Networker Management Web UI has been enhanced to include file system and block-based recovery, which I assume was not available before. Year 2030 readiness. So starting with this version of Networker, the retention value of forever is updated from an earlier value of 19 Jan 2038 to 292 billion years. So that restriction, which was hanging around our head for a long time, is now gone, and forever is now actually forever. Global indexing. So this supports the protection of distributed file systems such as GPFS using NetWorker. So backups are conducted across multiple physical clients, each protecting a subset of the high-level directory structure. The client file indexes that are generated from all the physical clients are now consolidated under a single common client. Virtual synthetic backup leverages the common index client to consolidate the synthetic image of full and incremental backup. This feature is also very exciting for me, which is the vProxy redeployment support in Networker Management Web UI. So the redeployment was earlier supported in 19.2 as well, but from the command line, but now you can redeploy a vProxy using the Networker Management Web UI. Video about this is also coming up, so stay tuned for that video. Defense Federal Acquisition Regulation Supplement Compliance. The Defense Federal Acquisition Regulation Supplement DFARS compliance requires a login banner to be displayed when you log into a networker user interface such as a networker management console interface, the networker command line interface, and the networker management web UI, which has now been met. Networker package management enhancements. This is again one of the features I was looking out for. So the package management in Networker is done using the NSR push command. Parallelism is introduced in the upgrade and inventory operations of package manager. Also during the upgrade operation, the package manager now checks for any backup and recovery and archive processes that run on the client. If any of the above mentioned activities are active, upgrade operation is cancelled for the client and an appropriate error message is logged in the report. We can also exclude extended client package using the "-x switch with the NSR push. So earlier the client upgrade used to always do the LGTOSA lenti and extended client installation on the targeted client as well, but now you can exclude the extended client with the "-x if that particular client is a very lightweight client. Snapshot free space threshold feature. So Networker 19.3 supports snapshot free space threshold validation in vproxy to check if enough space is available in the data store to save the snapshot information of the virtual machine during the backup process. This feature helps in calculating the available free space in the data store, responds to error, and terminates the backup process when the available free space in the data store is less than the user defined failure threshold, and also logs a warning if the data store free space is less than the warning threshold. Next is the remote authentication support for FLR and HTML5 vCenter plugin. So the remote authentication support for FLR and HTML5 vproxy plugin is introduced with Networker 19.3. Networker NVP backup now supports vSphere 7.0. Staging pool selection using HTML5 vCenter plugin to recover from non-boost devices. Networker 19.3 and later supports staging pool selection with HTML5 vCenter plugin when recovering from a non-boost devices. So this is essentially wherein if you have done a clone or staged it off to a non-NDM or non-DD boost device, then you are able to select a pool where it can stage this particular data on a data domain device so that it can be recovered. Increased concurrent VMware backup limit. So the maximum limit is now 300. The earlier limit, for your information, was 100 VM backups per vCenter concurrently. vProxy backup retry support. So Networker 19.3 supports retry for vProxy backup action. So the default value for retry delay is 360 and the default value of retry count is 1. This next feature we have already seen during our upgrade process, which is retaining the configuration of OTC, NMC, and NMUI during an upgrade on Linux. So during an upgrade of Networker 19.3 on Linux, the existing configuration of OTC, NMC, and NMUI is retained, and manual execution of OTC, NMC, and NMUI configurations scripts is not required anymore unless you want to change the configuration. So enhancements for the Networker REST API, you can now configure backup and recovery of the SQL database. You can configure FLR for block-based backups. You can do a redeployment of vProxy using REST API. You can manage user and groups using OTC APIs. Networker 9.3 now supports SNMP version 3 trap for backup, clone, and restore. Flash plugin support has been removed in Networker 19.3. So 19.3 onwards does not support the Flash plugin for vCenter. Only HTML5 plugins are supported going further. Cloning using multi-streaming capacity is now extended for block-based backup and for Hyper-V save sets as well. Both Hyper-V and is a block-based backup as well, for your information there. Discontinued support for 32-bit Linux platforms as storage nodes. So support on Red Hat Linux 32-bit, SUSE, CentOS 32-bit platform have been discontinued from Networker 19.3 onwards. So these 32-bit packages are removed from the release distribution side as well. VADP section removed from the Networker VMware integration guide because VADP recovery is not supported from 19.3 onwards. Therefore, VADP recover section has been removed from the Networker VMware integration guide version 19.3. So these are the enhancement and changes that have come with 19.3. Thanks for sticking with me till the end of this video. I hope you found this useful. If you have any questions or comments, share it with our community in the comment section below, or you can drop me a message at my Twitter account. I will see you on another video. Goodbye.